Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. Part 1. The Hidden Leak. Your bed is draining more than sleep. Let me ask you something strange, but important. Do you wake up feeling fully recharged? Or just slightly less exhausted? Most people assume rest is just about sleep hours. 8 in, 8 out. Done. But what if I told you it's not just how long you sleep, but where you sleep, that quietly determines how wealthy, focused, and inspired you become? Here's the truth. Your bed is not just a mattress. It's an energy station. Every night, your body returns there to recharge. But like a phone plugged into a broken socket, the power doesn't always flow in. Sometimes, it leaks out. And what leaks out in the night doesn't just cost you energy, it costs you opportunity, clarity, and yes, even money. This is what I call the hidden leak. And it's happening in millions of bedrooms right now. In both Feng Shui and Buddhist thinking, rest is sacred. Sleep is when the conscious mind turns off, and the deeper layers of karma begin to shift. It's not just physical rest, it's energetic reset. That means the space where you sleep becomes a mirror to your inner world. If the setup is wrong, your entire energetic compass gets scrambled. And day after day, that builds into a silent form of debt. Sleep debt turns into wealth debt. You start to work harder to make up for what your space is draining. You overthink. You grind. You chase. But you never feel caught up, because the leak isn't in your effort. It's in your environment. Now, take a moment and look at your bedroom. Not through the lens of design, but through energy. Is your bed directly in line with the door? Is it floating without support? Are you sleeping above old boxes filled with past versions of you? If any of that feels familiar, it's not just a design flaw. It's an energy message. And your body has probably been trying to tell you for months, maybe years. In this video, I'll walk you through the 6 most common energy traps hiding in your bedroom, and more importantly, how to fix them. Not with renovations or expensive decor. With awareness. With ancient insight. With simple shifts that realign your rest with your goals. Because the wealth you want isn't out there somewhere. It's already in you. But first, you need to stop the leak. Part 2. The Dharma of Space. Why your room reflects your karma. In Buddhism, karma isn't some cosmic punishment system. It's far simpler, and far deeper. Karma is just cause and effect. Thought leads to action. Action leaves an imprint. And those imprints? They live in everything. Including your space. Now here's the part most people miss. Karma doesn't only live in your mind. It lives in your environment. Your room, especially your bedroom, is not neutral. It holds memory. It holds mood. It holds echoes of everything you think, feel, and fear, especially when you're alone. In spiritual terms, space is consciousness. That might sound abstract. So let me make it real. Ever walked into a room and immediately felt tense, even though nothing looked wrong? Or entered a home that felt peaceful, warm, almost like it was hugging you, even before anyone spoke? That's the Dharma of space in action. The energy of what's happened there lingers. And unless you intentionally reset it, it continues to shape your mind every single day. Your bedroom is the most intimate environment you occupy. It's where your conscious guard drops. Where your subtle mind opens. That means it's not just a place where you rest, it's a place where your karma regenerates. And if that space is filled with old emotions, unresolved intentions, or cluttered layouts that interrupt energetic flow. That karmic regeneration gets tangled. Instead of waking up clear, you wake up confused. Instead of resetting your energy, you recycle the same patterns over and over. This is why monks keep their living quarters simple, sparse, and sacred. It's not about asceticism. It's about clarity. Because when space is clear, the mind can breathe. Now ask yourself, does your room reflect the version of you that you're becoming? Or the version you've been trying to outgrow? Is your space supporting your intentions, or silently pulling you back into habits you've already outgrown? You don't have to be a monk to live with mindfulness. But you do need to become aware that your outer world and inner world are in constant dialogue. Every misplaced object, every dusty corner, every chaotic drawer, it's all part of that conversation. Feng Shui teaches us how energy flows. Dharma teaches us why it matters. Together, they give us a powerful truth. You're not just creating your life through your choices, you're creating it through your spaces. And your bedroom? That's ground zero. So before we get tactical with furniture and layouts, pause for this question. What story is your room telling about your life right now? Because in the next part, we're going to expose one of the most dangerous mistakes people make, one that silently invites loss, fatigue, and even spiritual erosion. Night after night. And it starts with the direction your bed is facing. Before the journey begins. Before we dive into the practical wisdom of placement, energy flow, and the mistakes that may be sabotaging your fortune, take a moment to breathe. And if this message so far has stirred something in you, maybe a recognition, a memory, or even a quiet curiosity, then honor that spark. Click the like button so this kind of content can reach more people who are silently struggling, unaware of the energy around them. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because every week, we explore truths that blend ancient Dharma with real-life transformation. And turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss the moments that just might change how you live, rest, and grow. You're not just watching a video. You're entering a practice. And we're honored to walk this path with you. Now, let's begin the journey of clearing the hidden blocks, starting with how your bed is positioned. Part 3, 6 Silent Mistakes that Drain Your Fortune While You Sleep. The bedroom is battlefield. Your bedroom may look peaceful, but energetically, it could be a battlefield. Each night, as your body shuts down, your subconscious opens wide. This is when the mind becomes vulnerable, the spirit softens, and energy either renews or escapes. Most people never realize this. They spend years wondering why life feels heavy despite effort, why success always feels just out of reach. They blame stress, timing, or bad luck, never suspecting that the real leak is happening right under their pillow. In both Buddhism and Feng Shui, the space where you sleep is sacred. It's not a pause from life, it's a portal, a karmic chamber. And when that space is misaligned, subtle harm accumulates in silence. Tonight's rest could either nourish your fortune, or quietly sabotage it. In the next moments, we'll explore 6 common but overlooked mistakes that turn bedrooms into energy traps, and how to shift them with clarity, intention, and wisdom. Mistake number 1. Bed facing the door, the line of attack. In Feng Shui, this is known as the coffin position, and the name isn't poetic, it's a warning. When your bed directly faces the door, you place your body in a line of energetic exposure. The door is where chi, or life force, enters and exits. Sleeping in its direct path means your vital energy is constantly pulled, like a thread unraveling in the night. Spiritually, the symbolism runs even deeper. In Buddhist teachings, the body at rest reflects the mind at rest. But a bed aligned with a threshold creates subconscious tension. The body may sleep, but the mind stays alert, guarding. This leads to light sleep, fragmented dreams, and a chronic sense of unease. You may feel watched, vulnerable, disoriented in the morning. Over time, this nightly alertness builds subtle fatigue, which leads to reactive choices, poor financial decisions, and emotional volatility, without ever knowing the true cause. The solution isn't complicated. If possible, move the bed so you can see the door, but don't lie in line with it. If moving isn't an option, place a soft barrier, a bench, plant, or low cabinet, between the bed and the door to break the flow. This isn't superstition. It's energetic self-defense. When your sleep space stops leaking, your waking life starts rising. Mistake number 2, no solid wall behind the bed, rootless mind. Imagine trying to meditate while sitting on a chair with no back. Your body remains upright, but your muscles work overtime just to feel secure. That's what happens when your bed has no solid wall behind it. In Feng Shui, the wall behind your bed represents support, both physical and symbolic. It's your anchor. Without it, the subconscious never fully lets go. You sleep, but you don't truly surrender. The body lies down, but the mind keeps scanning. Spiritually, this creates a sense of rootlessness. In Buddhist psychology, this parallels a mind without refuge, easily disturbed, impulsive, and reactive. Over time, this rootless state affects your clarity, decision-making, and ability to commit to long-term goals. You may start many things, but finish few. You may chase ideas, but never feel grounded in any of them. That instability ripples into your finances, relationships, and self-trust. The remedy? Simple but powerful. Place your bed against a solid wall. Not a window, not a bookshelf, an actual wall. If possible, add a firm headboard to strengthen the sense of psychological backing. Avoid mirrors, curtains, or open space behind your head. This adjustment creates an immediate shift. You'll begin to feel more centered, more confident, even if you can't explain why. Because when your back is supported in sleep, your life starts standing taller in the day. Mistake number 3, beams above the bed, the pressure of unseen karma. At first glance, it's just a ceiling. But when a heavy wooden beam cuts across the space directly above your bed, something subtle shifts, something your body can feel even if your mind can't name it. In Feng Shui, exposed beams are known to press down on energy. They divide the space above you, creating invisible lines of tension. When those lines hover over your chest or head, your sleep may become shallow, your dreams restless. You may even wake up with tight shoulders, strange headaches, or a sense of emotional weight that follows you into the day. From a spiritual perspective, beams represent unresolved weight, the karma that hasn't yet been transformed. Their physical presence mirrors the psychological pressure we carry but don't acknowledge. And when we lie beneath them night after night, that pressure imprints onto our subconscious. We begin to normalize tension. Fatigue. A quiet heaviness we can't explain. The fix doesn't require renovation. If you can't remove the beam, soften its presence. Use a light canopy of fabric to diffuse its energetic weight. You can also install gentle lighting that breaks the shadow lines and creates a sense of uplift. Even a small symbolic shift can change how your body interprets the space. Because sometimes, what holds you down isn't your schedule or your stress, it's what's silently hanging over you while you sleep. Mistake number 4, clutter under the bed, sleeping on old karma. You may not see it when the lights are off, but your energy remembers everything beneath you. Under the bed storage seems harmless, even practical. But in Feng Shui, that space isn't just empty air, It's part of your energetic field. What lives there doesn't stay dormant. It vibrates upward, into your sleep, into your breath, into your dreams. Especially when the items below carry emotional weight. Boxes of old clothes from a painful breakup. Folders from a job you hated. Childhood memorabilia that trigger regret more than joy. These aren't just objects, they're karmic anchors. And when you sleep above them, you're literally lying on your own unresolved past. Buddhism teaches us the art of letting go, not because the past is bad, but because clinging is suffering. When we surround ourselves with the echoes of who we used to be, we delay becoming who we are meant to be. So here's the shift. Clear it out. Empty the space. If you must store anything beneath your bed, let it be something light, fresh, and non-emotional, like spare linens or meditation cushions. Better yet, keep the space open. Let energy move freely beneath you, like a river under a bridge. You deserve to sleep supported by the future, not haunted by the past. Because real rest begins when you stop carrying what no longer belongs. Mistake number 5. Mirrors reflecting the bed, echoes of the subconscious. Mirrors are beautiful, reflective, decorative, even magical. But when they face your bed directly, they can become portals for restlessness. Feng Shui warns us, mirrors that reflect your sleeping body double more than your image. They amplify your energy, even when you're trying to turn it off. Sleep is when your mind releases the external world and sinks into the subtle. But when a mirror reflects that vulnerable state, it creates a feedback loop. The energy doesn't settle, it circles. You may toss, turn, or wake up feeling like you never truly rested. In Buddhist psychology, this mirrors the concept of vijnana, the mind that perceives objects and forms, constantly re-identifying with illusion. The mirror becomes a physical metaphor for mental chatter, the part of you that won't let go, even in silence. Some people report feeling like they're being watched. Others experience vivid, fragmented dreams. These aren't random. They're the echoes of your subconscious being bounced back at you, over and over. So what can you do? Ideally, move the mirror so it doesn't reflect your bed. If that's not possible, cover it at night with a calming fabric. Silk, linen, even a light shawl with personal meaning, something soft that signals, this space is sacred now. Your bedroom is not a stage. It's a temple. Let your rest be private, protected, and quiet, free from reflection, free from echoes, free from yourself. Mistake number 6. Bed near stairs or bathroom, draining zones. You may not notice it, but energy has a flow, just like water. And just like water, it can be guided, blocked, or drained. In Feng Shui, certain areas of the home act like energetic vortexes, stairs that pull qi downward, bathrooms that symbolically flush energy away. When your bed is placed near one of these zones, especially without clear separation, your vital force gets caught in that draining current. Think of it like sleeping next to a waterfall, not in sound, but in vibration. There's movement, but it's not restorative. It's disruptive. People who sleep too close to these areas often report feeling scattered, foggy, or chronically low energy. They may struggle to focus, to finish what they start, or to hold on to money, even when they're earning well. In Buddhist terms, this is like meditating in the middle of a market. Your intention might be clear, but the surroundings pull at your awareness. The fix? Create separation. Use plants, curtains, a screen, anything that creates a soft boundary between your sleeping space and the draining source. If your headboard is aligned with a bathroom wall, shift it if possible, or place a grounding object, like a wooden nightstand or protective crystal, between you and that zone. You don't need to fear these areas. You just need to remind them, this space is yours. This sleep is sacred. And sacred energy deserves to stay, not slip away. 3.8 Summary: How subtle errors create major karma. These 6 mistakes may seem minor, just furniture, just layout. But energy doesn't need volume to create impact. It only needs repetition. Night after night, these subtle misalignments become habits of the soul. They drain clarity, scatter wealth, and distort your connection to purpose, without you ever realizing why. Karma isn't only shaped by action. It's shaped by the space in which that action rests. Now that you've seen what might be quietly working against you, it's time to shift into power. In the next section, we'll explore how to transform your bedroom into a true energetic sanctuary. If you've made it this far, thank you for your time, your attention, and your open heart. This isn't just about beds and spaces. It's about awareness. And every minute you spend here is a step closer to reclaiming your energy and your life. If this message has resonated with you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. It helps this community grow, and helps more people wake up to the energy they live in every day. Now, let's move forward into the practice of transformation. Part 4, Sleep Like a Monk, the Buddhist Way to Rest with Intention. There's a reason monks, CEOs, and creatives across time all return to one principle when it comes to sleep: less is more. Walk into the sleeping quarters of a Zen monk, and you'll find silence. A firm surface. No screens, no noise, no clutter. Now compare that to the bedroom of Steve Jobs, famously minimalist, almost ascetic. One mattress. A lamp. A white wall. Different cultures. Same truth. The mind rests best when the room stops speaking. In Buddhism, sleep is not a break, it's a practice. It's a state where your karmic field is open, your defenses are down, and your energy is being reorganized. That's why monks treat the bedroom like a meditation hall, clean, calm, and stripped of anything unnecessary. Successful people in the modern world unknowingly follow the same principle. Oprah Winfrey once said her bedroom is a space that reflects peace, not productivity. Why? Because deep rest is the root of clarity. And clarity drives abundance. So how do you sleep like a monk, even in a busy home? Start with this. Remove visual noise. No random decor, harsh colors, or objects from past pain. Your room should only contain items that support your present and future self. Place your bed against a strong wall. Add one natural element, like a plant, a wooden tray, or a smooth stone. Keep surfaces clear. Create space not just for your body, but for your breath. Before sleeping, sit upright for 1 minute. Whisper a short intention. I rest in stillness. I let go of what no longer serves. This is not about deprivation. It's about direction. Because when you remove what distracts, you uncover what empowers. Part 5, Your Room, Your Ritual, Daily Practices to Reset Wealth Energy. A space may look calm, but energy doesn't respond to appearance. It responds to intention. This is why sacred spaces across cultures, from temples to tea rooms, are not just clean, but conscious. Every candle, every bowl, every breeze through an open window is placed with care. Your bedroom should be no different. You don't need crystals or incense unless they truly speak to you. But what you do need is ritual, simple, consistent actions that signal to the universe, I'm ready to receive, I'm ready to release. Begin each morning with air and light. Before you check your phone, open a window. Let natural light touch your pillow. Light is a cleanser, and airflow is movement. Stillness in a room leads to stillness in wealth. Let the chi breathe before your mind starts running. Once a week, sprinkle coarse salt in the four corners of your bedroom. Not because it's magic, but because salt absorbs what words often can't. After 10 minutes, sweep it away, whispering silently, what no longer serves, may now leave. At night, before bed, take 2 minutes, not more. Dim the lights. Close your eyes. Place one hand over your heart, the other on your belly. Say something real. Something clear. I am safe. I am open. I am supported. The words are less important than the presence you bring to them. Place a small symbolic object on your nightstand, something that represents the energy you wish to grow. A coin. A quote. A leaf. A photo of a life you are building. Let your subconscious absorb this image as you drift into sleep. And most importantly, keep the floor visible. When the eye can see the space beneath and around the bed, the spirit feels unblocked. Visual freedom becomes energetic permission. These aren't superstitions. They are energy hygiene. Just as you brush your teeth daily to prevent decay, you tend your space to prevent energetic congestion. And when your space becomes a ritual, your rest becomes a renewal. You'll begin to notice that money no longer slips away. That conversations flow more easily. That your plans gain momentum. Not because you changed who you are, but because you cleared the fog that was masking it. Your room is not just where you sleep. It's where your next version is quietly forming. Part 6, Case Studies, How Leaders and Celebrities Design for Energy. Energy doesn't just live in sacred texts, it shows up in how powerful people build their lives. Let's start with Oprah Winfrey. She's spoken often about how her bedroom is a space of absolute calm. No work materials, no digital noise. Just peace. She calls it her sanctuary of self, a place where her day ends with stillness, not stimulation. This is classic Feng Shui. Protect the rest zone, and energy will restore itself. Then there's Jeff Bezos. Long before Amazon took over the world, he had a simple rule: sleep well to decide well. He designed his bedroom like a cave of clarity, no devices, minimal decor, and complete darkness at night. Why? Because he knew that bad sleep leads to bad judgment, and bad judgment is expensive. Even spiritual figures mirror this principle. The Dalai Lama, known for his early rising, keeps a bedroom that's sparse and sacred. A single bed, a small shrine, and a window that lets in morning light. The energy is clear, uncluttered, awake. Across these examples, entrepreneur, entertainer, monk, you'll see the same core belief: the bedroom is not a side room. It is the command center of consciousness. Whether through a soft chair, a favorite book, or a window facing sunrise, each of them uses their space as a mirror of intention. Not just for sleep, but for alignment. The takeaway? You don't need wealth to design like the wealthy. You need clarity. And the courage to make space for the version of you you're becoming. Part 7, The Prosperity Equation. What if wealth had nothing to do with luck, and everything to do with alignment? We often chase abundance through effort. More hours. More hustle. More strategies. But without energy and attention working together, all that movement becomes noise. Here's the simple equation most people miss. Energy times attention equals wealth. Energy is your invisible currency. It's how alive, grounded, and open you feel. Attention is your conscious direction, the spotlight of the mind. Where these two meet, wealth begins to grow. But where either one leaks, prosperity fades. Think back to the mistakes we've explored. Beds that drain energy. Rooms that clutter attention. Spaces that pull you into the past, rather than hold you in the present. Each of those is a breach in the equation. You could be filled with inspiration, but if your environment scatters your attention, your ideas wither. You could focus deeply, but if you're sleeping in a space that saps your energy, you'll burn out before you begin. Now flip it. When your room supports your energy, and your energy sharpens your attention, even the smallest action becomes powerful. One conversation leads to new doors. One rested decision prevents a costly mistake. One shift in sleep quality cascades into weeks of clarity. This is not magic. It's math. Wealth flows where focused life force is allowed to accumulate. Your room is either supporting that flow, or silently disrupting it. And now, you know which side of the equation you're on. Part 8. Your room is a temple, keep it holy. We often think of sacred places as distant, temples on mountaintops, ancient shrines, cathedrals filled with silence. But perhaps the most sacred space you'll ever enter is the one you lie down in each night. Your bedroom is not just where your body rests. It's where your energy renews. Where your thoughts dissolve. Where your karma breathes between lifetimes of action. If you've ever felt blocked, tired for no reason, financially stuck despite your best effort, creatively dulled without understanding why, look first not at your ambition, but at your environment. Because nothing changes faster than what you're willing to see with new eyes. Your room holds stories. Objects from old lives. Emotions that never fully left. But now, you know better. You've seen how the space around you shapes the space within you. And that awareness alone is a turning point. You don't need to burn sage or chant mantras unless they come from the heart. You don't need the perfect lighting or $1,000 linens. What you need is presence. Presence when you choose what stays and what must go. Presence when you make your bed not as a chore, but as a ritual. Presence when you light a candle and remember, this room is your temple. In Buddhism, the external and internal are never truly separate. How you arrange your space reflects how you arrange your consciousness. A scattered room is a scattered mind. A heavy space is a heavy heart. But a room touched by mindfulness becomes a sanctuary of momentum, peace, and prosperity. So tonight, before you sleep, pause. Look around, not to judge, but to witness. Ask yourself, does this space reflect the life I'm stepping into? Or the life I've outgrown? And if even one corner feels ready to change, start there. One drawer cleared. One mirror moved. One affirmation spoken. Because when you treat your room like a temple, your life begins to rise like a prayer. And as you rise, the world rises with you. If this message resonated with your journey, please like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and turn on notifications. It helps us bring teachings like this to more hearts and more homes. And now, may your rest be deep. May your space be light. And may your next chapter begin, not with effort, but with alignment. We'll see you in the next teaching.